Child Discourse said,
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
what is going on, entertainment? So time come to y'all with another video, and we talking Drag Race season 18, episode 2. You already know what to do. Hype up the video. Let me know what y'all think about this episode, and also hype up the video. Yeah, I'm gonna say it twice. Okay. Now the episode starts off where all the queens are in the workroom, and they're talking about how they're kind of not too happy that there was an elimination. Not gonna lie, if I was ever competing on a show like Drag Race, they cast so many girls. It's at least 16 of them, I believe, at one point. 16, 14, around that range. It's always around that range every season, except for that one season where they had like 18 people. I would want the girls to go home too, because why everybody sticking around to just show off what they brought? No, babes, you got to go. So, of course, Kenya's happy. She's like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't have to perform, but I would have twirled. Not gonna lie, if Kenya lip sync, because if the bottom two, of course, would have been Kenya and then Mandy, I feel like that would have been a fire ass lip sync. Because you got to think about it. Mandy did really good on this episode's lip sync, and then also Kenya with the song Enough, she to me would have did the most with that song. So that to me, I really would have rather prefer to see the last bottom two lip sync versus the top two, because I feel like we would have got a better lip sync. Because Vita, you still let that white girl beat you. I'm sorry. You still let that white girl beat you. Not that race matters, but out. Anyways, so after that happens, they start talking about the people that were in the top. So Jane don't feels as if she should have been in the top instead of Nene. I don't know why she's shading Nene's look, because I'm sorry. It looks expensive. It's funny because I was talking to another friend of mine. They said the same thing. They didn't like it, but I liked it. I'm sorry. To me, it looked expensive. It looked like she spent a lot of time on it. It didn't look like the fabric that it apparently was, which was the whole gift bag situation. So I do think she deserved to be in the top. I don't care what nobody says. Sorry. Okay. So then they, of course, all de-drag and they start kind of, psyching each other out. Y'all know how they do. And then we get the next day. So they all come in the workroom. They start talking about how this is like an older season and how the girls are older this season, how they had to like pop Viagra's and these pills that I don't know the name of because, I'm a young guy. You know what I'm saying? So them pills, I'm like, what's that? You feel me? I had to go and look that up. And then we get the message. The moment that Ruth said group or something to that effect, I knew it was a girl group challenge. I do not like girl group challenges. The last good girl group challenge that I've seen was All Stars. Shit, when they did All Star season 4. To me, I don't like the girl group challenges. I find them extra corny. Okay. Y'all remember when they came? She said, "What's the tea?" No, 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 no. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was the last girls group challenge that I like, that I remember. The other ones, they were probably good, but I don't remember them. But I remember that girl group challenge because the lyrics were catchy. Everybody saying that. Everybody saying that. Like I remember that, right? So Rue says that they're going to get split into groups of 3, right? And the top 2, and then also another person gets to pick. Well, the top 2 gets to pick the girls that they want, and whoever's left over are like the leftovers, right? So everybody just keeps picking the girls that they want. So we have, of course, Vita picking, and we have Nene picking. So the girls that end up being left over are Fuego, Darlene, Mandy, and Athena. I feel like this with Athena. I think Athena thought she was going to get like the Sasha Colby sort of like treatment. Like they were going to treat her like she's like the goddess from like Aphrodite or something. But it's like, no, it's like the complete opposite. The girls to me are shading her. Like they're paying her complete dust. They're not giving her any type of attention like that. I don't even feel bad for her because I could tell she one of them girls that like she wants every other drag queen to like worship the ground that she walks on, and that bothers the hell out of me. Also, Athena, did y'all film this season around the time Renaissance, not Renaissance, but Cowboy Carter was on tour? Because what's up with that hat? It's a little thick. You know what I'm saying? It's a little chunky. Chunky yet funky. You know what I'm saying? It's a little Latrice with it. Like, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like Athena's hiding under the hat. Like she has a secret. Y'all know, sitting on a secret. Everybody, da 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 da. But the secret is on top of Athena's head. She must be hiding the drag race crown underneath there. But of course, she's salty because she was not picked by either Vita or Nini, and she was basically with the leftover crew, as you guys can see right here. So she was extra, extra disappointed because of that. I feel like this episode was a humbling experience for her because she was able to see that like the girls may not see her as like the top Don Mama. And I really feel like the girls didn't pick her not just because like they wanted to humble her. I feel like they didn't pick her because they didn't want her to overrule them. Because you could tell she is the type of drag queen that like it's her way or the highway, as we're gonna see throughout the episode with this whole disco debate. So that's why I feel like the girls didn't pick her. I don't think it had anything to do with like intimidation, not intimidation. I don't think it had anything to do with not liking her. It more so had to do with like the ruling, like who's going to be like the top dog, who's gonna make the decisions. That's why I don't think she got picked. So y'all know how Drag Race do. Rue is messy, so she leaves it up for them to pick between pop, rock, punk rock, and then disco, right? So of course, all the girls were starting to argue with each other, specifically Didi and Athena. Okay, Aviva was not having it. You hear me? Aviva was like, "No, you're not going to pick pop until we're done. No, no, no." Okay, so the big debate was between who was going to go with disco. It was Vita and Athena's group arguing over disco, which um Discord was on Vita's team, and she is in a actual rock uh pop rock, not pop rock, punk rock band. And they showed her background with it, and she goes on tours and everything like that. So she at one point sort of chimes in, was just like, "What about, punk rock? I'd love to do it," trying to be funny about it. And her team is sort of telling her, like, "Hey, girl, shut up," because they wanted disco. They end up going with disco due to Discord. And once they separate, Vita talking about, "Oh, I actually do punk rock. I was playing mind games. I don't know if I believe you, Vita. You do punk and you rock. I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Like, I just feel like she just came up with that off the whim to sound like she's like a strategic genius, but it didn't come across as that. It sounded like you really wanted um the disco. I'm telling you, this was fresh, probably off of Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? And Cowboy Carter. So that's why the girls wanted disco. They wanted to feel their Beyonce fantasy. So I miss me with this whole conspiracy theory sort of, genius idea, Vita. I feel like she was pure cap with that. Lies. It was Mikey for me. Mikey's like, "Oh my God, she's a diabolical genius." No. Listen, one thing about reality TV, you could kind of paint a picture as you please. You could do something, say, "Oh, I meant to do this and that." It just depends on how the editing goes. If they don't make you look like a plumb fool. Besides that, you really could kind of conjure up any story and paint a picture and try to sell it to us. So I'm not buying it, okay? Vita's selling it. And like Nina Bonita Brown say, I ain't buying it. Nini at this point, her voice says she says her voice is going in and out. She can't really too much speak because her voice is just she every 2 seconds she doing one of those. Okay, apparently she was screaming during the photo shoot challenge. Typical rookie. My whole thing is this: I don't get. Have you not watched America's Next Top Model? You do not actually have to scream, babes. You just have to. That's how you do it to where it looks as if you're screaming. You don't actually like you gonna F up your throat every time. Like, damn, you would have thought the girls would have knew that, okay? Especially because y'all actually perform drag. So we see all the girls sort of preparing, but then you see Athena with her crew, and she's not really too much feeling it. I think the fact that she did not get picked is really wearing on her because I think in her mind she was probably thinking, oh, like the girls either they don't like me or like they don't respect me, but you could kind of see it was really starting to get to her. So they show some of the girls in their groups doing their rehearsal montages, which, by the way, I cannot stand when they do that because they manipulate the edit so bad when it comes to that. Because you can see a group doing so good, they're like boom, ka, 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 and they do their little dances, and they get on stage and they flop. Or you can see a group struggling, like, oh, such and such can't keep up, okay, like they did with Athena's group, and then they go on stage and they do good. So it's like it goes either way. So that's why I hate when they show rehearsals because that doesn't matter by the end of it all. So of course Jane goes up there and she does really good on her first rehearsals. And meanwhile, as they were preparing for the girl group challenge, Discord asked Jane about lyrics. She's like, "Hey, can you help me with better lyrics?" And in my mind, I'm thinking like, "Aren't you the one in the girl group?" I was thinking the same thing Jane was thinking, but she said she wanted to help her make it more fun. So, she didn't mind, of course, because they're in the same group. So it's the next day after the rehearsals in the studio, and Nene has drank a lot of tea. She's drank, juices to get her throat better. You feel me? Like she's throated RuPaul enough for the crowd, and now she's time to, it's time for her to do her big one. Let me stop. But we get into Dee Dee's background, which you can kind of tell the girls that are going to go home every season in each episode because that's the girl that they kind of highlight their life. Be like, what's your childhood trauma? Well, my dad used to like beat me and kick me out because he found out I was doing gay, and then when he found out I was doing drag, he tried to kill me. So we found out about Dee Dee's childhood and how she basically was saying how since she was a child, she was able to kind of be who she was. I'm like, huh, can't relate. And then how she was able to continue to do drag as she got older and stuff because her people and her parents and stuff were so accepting of her. A lot of queens do not have that same story, so she's very lucky to have a family that accepts her, especially so young, and her, especially her family being Hispanic as well, because we all know that's like a forbidden thing in island and Hispanic culture. So they start asking Athena, they're like, how did you feel about, not being picked? And she's like, I feel goop gagged, bewildered. And they start talking to Nene and Vita. They're like, why didn't you pick Athena? So Nene's like, it's the Athena show. And you got to remember, it's a team challenge. So she's like, oh, you didn't think I could be a team player? And then Didi starts backing her up. She's like, no, Athena was a team player, but she booked me a trip to Mykonos. That was funny. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to miss Didi. That was funny as hell because like y'all know the girl work at Mykonos and she'd be able to book her, gigs and trips and stuff like that over there. So that had me cracking up when she said that though. So Didi's gonna be missed. I do say out of a lot of the girls, she actually has a personality. That's one thing I like about Drag Race is seeing the girls' personality like around the workroom and stuff like that. So she's one of the ones that like I like remember her. So damn. So first group that goes up is Athena's group. This is why I say I'm not a fan of the girl group challenges because the lyrics be so corny. It'd be like, love yourself. I name me a girl group challenge that doesn't say love yourself. I'll wait. Cause that's every other word. Love yourself. Great. Amazing. Kind. What else? Beautiful. Like it's they use the same words and then they kind of repackage it for each girl group. It's annoying. I saw on Twitter somebody said Darlene, they think she's hung like a horse. She probably is. Now, the disco group, I don't think did that bad. I could kind of see why they put Mandy at the bottom. Besides what she brought on the runway, the actual performance, it seemed like I couldn't understand half the things she was saying. And it wasn't even just, it's not like she has to me, she doesn't have an accent. It was just she was doing it so fast that I'm like, she was like, oh, and then that dropped. And like, what the hell? So I could kind of see why they put her in the bottom. I do not think Dee Dee did that bad. I guess the outfit did her over, but like I do not think her performance was that bad. I'm sorry. I didn't. Now the Punk Rock crew, I ain't gonna lie, Briar looked like she could really be a member of Kiss. look at her. Like, you feel me? Face sad. Okay. I feel like they did the best, in my opinion. Like their actual lyrics, they were funny. Um, they were cohesive. Their choreography, I feel like could have been a little bit better. But I like their performance the best out of them all. I feel like the people that did the best out of that whole crew to me was Vita. And y'all, I liked Juicy's. I ain't gonna lie. I like Juicy's. I like Juicy's too. Like she, I feel like was really feeling it. And then when she incorporated the dance moves in it too, like she really brought it home. So those, to me, those two did the best out of that crew. But didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? What does she say? Love yourself. I said, see, I knew it. It won't be a girl group song until it reminds you to love yourself. Okay, it's good. You're gonna have to love yourself. Okay, Miss, that was one of the first things that Sierra Miss said. Love yourself. Okay. Their group to me wasn't like the best out of the three. They were like, okay. I like the way that some of them rapped along with the song, and it was like a little bit catchy. Out of that group, to me, I liked Kenya Pleaser's performance. I like Kenya Please's performance the best out of them. Okay. So the runway theme this week is category is show us your favorite body part. And Athena went first. Her favorite body part is her back. This is a 10 out of 10. Just the thing with Athena, I could tell that she's going to struggle in challenges, but every runway is going to save her. Pure point blank. The look looked polished. It looked expensive. The material looked amazing. Her back looked amazing. She even referenced, Alyssa with the back rolls. She looked really, really good. So this is a 10 out of 10. There's no argument on that. Okay. So Darlene went for like a comedic, campy type of view of it. She put her skin. I don't know about this. The reason why is I feel like it's very lazy compared to what some of the other girls did. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I call mall drag. I could put this together. I feel like drag, you should not, a regular person, meaning somebody who doesn't do drag, shouldn't be able to put your look together. And I could put that together. I just get some burgers, get an American flag bikini top, some gold gym pants, some boots, high boots, and then a blonde wig. Like, and then you paint red over your body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's a little lazy compared to some of what the other girls did. But of course, she's still giving an homage to her being sobriety, to her sobriety, because she's comfortable in the skin that she's in. To me, I give this a 2 out of 10. Next, we have Mandy Mango, and she's presenting her face. Am I the only one that, like, anytime she comes on and she does that little face, I start laughing? She says that her face is the best part of her because her family has it put up. Okay, here's the thing about this look. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So it's like I late it, which is like love and hate it. It's like I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I think what made it bad is like the middle. Like that whole squinched up thing, that's what made it bad. I feel like she went out with like a bigger table down the middle, it would have ate. Like, you see what I'm talking about? Like, you see how the middle is like cinched in? Had it been a table around like her waist, I think it would have been a little bit better because then she looks uncomfortable. So I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. Okay. But her face and her facial expressions do be having me laughing. Cause she'd be like even in the beginning of the episode, when she was just like, I cannot wait for a performance challenge. Like she sounded like Laganja. I'm like, why is she talking like that? But it had me laughing. Now, Didi, what is this? Didi came out looking like cotton candy, and you couldn't even see her face when she came down the runway at first. This is the 0 out of 10. And another big reason why is because one, it was kind of lazy because all you did was put on like a bodysuit that is like a bikini bodysuit. That's what I call it, y'all. I know that's the wrong term, but that's how I describe it. And you came out with like a loofah around you. So no. And it looks similar to what she walked into with the whole syringe thing, that the whole intro that she had with the frill and all that. It looks the same. So no. This is a 0 out of 10. So next we have Mia Star, and her best body parts is her neck, her and her crack. I wasn't a big fan of this only because I think that like this dress could have been used for another category. I don't feel like it fits the category. Just my opinion. I don't feel like it fits the category. Like even the punani cutout, that little cutout part, it didn't look like that was the intention of the dress. So I'm gonna have to give this a 5 out of 10, just because at least she attempted and it looked like effort was put into it design wise. Next, we have Kenya Pleaser, which, for YouTube guideline purposes, we're not going to show what she had on. But I will say, Kenya to me just embodies Jiggly. Like, I feel like Jiggly passed away and reincarnated into her. The way that she walks the runway, the stuff that she does on the runway, what she wears, everything. So she wore like this bodysuit with like these bedazzled on the body. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I like Kenya, but I feel like compared to some of the other girls, this was lazy. All she did was put rhinestones on a bodysuit and then put like a white draping over it attached. So I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10. Okay. What she did right though was the titty bounce because Madison was there. So that was the right move to make. Now, this is what you call drag. You get what I'm saying? This is the 10 out of 10. I love this. Her favorite body part is her eyes. So she had the eyes up top, she had the eyes at the mid, and she had the eyes at the bottom, top tier. Because the point in her doing it, she had the same makeup on the eyes as she had on her actual eyes. That's creative. She ate that up. 10 out of 10. Next, we have Nini, and she picked her brain, literally. You needed to pick my brain because I couldn't tell that was the brain. No shade. This looks great, but once again, does it fit the category? No, because I couldn't tell the body part. I had to keep looking at the hat to see that there were lines interwoven. I don't know if it was the color. Maybe she should have picked a more lighter color so it could look like actual brains. But to me, it didn't look like brains. So for that, I'm gonna have to give it a 2 out of 10 because once again, the category was your favorite body part, and for us to see it through the outfit, and I did not see it. So I had to squint to notice it. So next we have Mikey Meeks. This is another one that I feel like was a little bit on the lazier side because I'm gonna be fair because it looked very similar to what Didi Fuego had on. The difference is she was creative enough to make a sign that included her leg, and the leg was actually movable. So she gets points for creativity for me for that. So I'm gonna give this a solid 7, just because the other girls put a little bit more effort. Some of the other girls put a little bit more effort for the category. So this is a solid 7 out of 10. Next, we got Discord Adam. Listen, one thing about Drag Race, if you do something like stupid, they're gonna keep playing in your face the whole season until you stop doing it. And even when you do stop, they still gonna reference it. They're still gonna make it a thing. Discord's walk is so crazy, and it's the fact that her walk this week, she looked back like she was doing her big one. She said, "T.S. Madison's face had me crying." T.S. Madison's face said, I don't get it. Like, does she not know how to walk in heels, or is she not trying to fall, or she just don't know how to walk? It's like one of the three. So Vita to me 8. It gave a little bit of homage. She says it's a homage to Linda Evangelista, but to me it was a homage to a little bit of Beyonce with the hat, with the thana, my mama, like you feel me, the formation tees, but like a little bit more accessorized. She ate it up to me. Her body part was her butt, which she showed off as well. You could tell she was probably a little bit thicker padding to have that booty poking out like real nice and tight. This is a 10 out of 10. Next, we have Jane Don't. To me, this was the best. This is my favorite of the night. The reason why is because I like somebody who thinks out of the box. Not only did she do her mouth, but if you notice, the top of the head is a lipstick, which is so fucking creative. Like, this is a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, really. Like, I like seeing stuff like this. Like, to me, y'all know I said in another video that I don't like costume type drag, but if you can make it to where somebody has to look at it and sort of pick out and see what you're wearing off the bat and it makes sense, I like that. So to me, this is the best look of the night. Briar did her finger, which to me was another one that was pretty lazy because she literally had one long nail and like a black get up. So that's another one to me that was a low 2 out of 10. Just because the other girls put a lot more time into their looks versus her, which it was just her finger. Just saying. So we get to the eliminations and the deliberations, and they put Mia Star and Jane Don't as top two. Jane Don't, I agree, but Mia, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. Deep, 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 deep. I feel like it should have been Sierra Miss and Jane Don't. Just my opinion. And y'all know I like Mia because she reminds me of Selena Estetes. But no, I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't agree. Okay. Because I feel like her dress, it like to me, it luckily fit the category. Yeah, I get what I'm saying. Like it just so happened the dress had a cut back out and all that, and then the cut near the punan. Like that was to me out of luck. It wasn't purposefully done. Y'all get what I'm saying? The girls that get it. So I don't agree with that top. I'm sorry. I usually agree with tops. Let me stop. So they critique each of the girls, and Jane ends up winning. Woo! Which I'm excited because, like I said, I liked hers the best. And then they end up critiquing. T.S. Madison said that Didi Fuego's legs look handsome. Cancel her. She's transphobic. Let me stop. But no, her legs do look handsome though. I'm not gonna lie, they really do. Like you feel me? Like Didi's like the good mix of that. So the two people that end up being in the bottom are Didi and then Mandy Mango. So they end up doing a lip sync. Athena was shitting bricks by the end of the episode because she was at the bottom three. So it was out of the three of them that could have lip sync, and they end up giving her safe. So she ends up going to the back. So this lip sync, this is what I have never gotten an answer from Drag Race. Can't you? I feel like if I'm about to be in the bottom, right? If I'm in the bottom and I might lip sync and I have an outfit on that's very uncomfortable that I can't dance and move around in, I am going. I guess you can't change your outfit before you get out there, but I don't feel like that's fair. Now Mandy did win the lip sync fair and square because Didi was going a little bit too slow with it, and that damn loofah around her body. I wish she had just let that go and just kind of boom cat it down instead of trying to, you know, wash the damn freaking stage away. It seemed like a loofah washing the stage away instead of doing a boom cat. So she won. Once Mandy did the whole situation, the Nikki, the it's oh, when she did one of those, it was over. It was over. Okay. I am sad to see Didi go though, because she did have a good personality. I liked her. Okay. That was pretty much the episode, y'all. Let me know what y'all thought about the bottom two and who won. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to hype up the video. And we out, babies.